Vinicius Jr. towards Mbappe again. The shot coming in. Killing Mbappe with the goal. 3-0 on aggregate. Could get even better here as Patrick's in. It's going to get better. 2-0. Mbappe assisting as well. West Ham crumbling all of a sudden now then. They're seeing their Carabao Cup dreams taken away. Wilshere's ball in. There's a goal back forever for West Ham. And it has come from the change they made before we started in this game. Matea falling towards the box. And we get it all over the place. And Wilshere's going to make it 2-2. We had 3 players there in that box. What on earth just happened? It was a hopeful ball into the box as well. We should have dealt with it. We're going to have to play better than that in the final, let me tell you that. Hello everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another Career Mode episode. Today is the day of the Carabao Cup final, and to take nothing away from the final, it will be the only live game we play today. But before that, we've got 2 games to come. One in the FA Cup against Spurs and the Champions League first leg against Leverkusen to show you as post-com games, including a couple of Premier League sims in there as well. So sit back, relax, and hopefully enjoy today's episode as we try and win our first trophy of the season. But to kick things off then, West Ham United in a sim. You might remember last episode we had a couple of mishaps in sim games, losing a couple of them, but no problems there as we managed to secure a 2-0 victory. So pretty happy with that one, and to be fair, I think I mentioned it last episode, I'm pretty sure we could sim the rest of this season out and still win the Premier League. I've not yet decided what I'm going to do, and with FIFA 20 right around the corner, I might have to pick up the pace on these episodes a little bit. So don't be surprised if you're starting to see a couple more sim games in the Premier League, which I might have played in the past. It's purely so I can get through the season slightly quicker. With a lot of games coming up, I don't want to have a situation where I'm literally running on the deadline for FIFA 20 coming out, you know. I did mention it. I wanted a couple of days sort of break just to kind of re-get the batteries, if you will. But yeah, let's kickstart the post-com action then with this one against Spurs in the FA Cup. And to be fair, it was quite a tough game, this. I always expected it to be. Spurs are not a bad side by any means. I didn't play our full strongest 11, but I still had some incredibly good players out there. And speaking of one whose game time has been limited this season, Mason Mount, he was the player who scored the opening goal for us to make it 1-0. But we weren't ahead for too long in the first half as Christian Eriksen smashed Spurs back into the game at 1-1. About 8 or so minutes before half-time. It was a really, really good first half, actually, from Spurs, who had the 2 best chances of it outside of us scoring. So they actually kind of bossed the first half. But then into the second, we found our second goal of the game. Kingsley Coman getting it. And I always felt like whoever got the second goal in this one would then eventually go on to win the game. And it turned out that that would be exactly the case. Only the 3 goals, 1 goal to separate both teams in this one. And it just so happened that it was us who came out on top with a 2-1 victory. Very slender, but we did book our spot in the next round of the FA Cup, the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, which is actually going to be drawn. And we will face Manchester City. So games don't get much easier for us. You'll see that draw later on in the episode, but I thought I'd spoil it for you there. I won't tell you who else is left in the competition, but the quarterfinal draw for us is Manchester City. So a tough game there, but hopefully we can still get through that. And of course, keep going on our quest for the quadruple this season, as our next and last post-com game comes against Bayer Leverkusen, the first leg of the round of 16 of the Champions League knockout rounds. And to say that this didn't start off too well for us would be an understatement, because 30 minutes in, Leverkusen got the lead. It was a fantastic finish from, I think it was Sanabria, on the volley to beat Lunan and make it 1-0. I will say I was disappointed in my goalkeeper, though, because you'll see him, he's pretty far off his line in all considerations, and he was never really going to get near the cross. As a former player of ours, of course, as well, Montiel starting for Leverkusen. Alongside that, Leon Bailey against his former club as well. But yeah, like, look at Lunan's starting position there. He's quite far off his line. I was a bit frustrated by that, but I thought to myself, it is the away leg, so it doesn't really matter too much to us. Of course, it's not an away goal or anything like that. As long as we can score a goal ourselves, I'll be feeling pretty good about things. We were having chances in the first half, and we eventually did get an equaliser. Kieran Tierney smashing it home right before the half-time whistle. We were 50 seconds over the allotted time slot, but that's because we were on the attack, so the referee couldn't blow his whistle, thankfully. And Tierney got us back on level terms. And then we came out for the second half, and we just went to town on the Leverkusen goal. We were having chances in this second half. Look at this, by the way. for a bit of pressure on the Leverkusen goal. Eventually, we did actually get it. It was a shot coming in from Bailly as he gets the shot in, and there was the finish from Mbappe. Quite fortunate, actually, because it hits the inside of the post and manages to nestle in. But if it hit a little bit more to the side, maybe it would hit the post and come back out. So quite fortunate to have got that goal, but we were having the pressure, and we did make it 3. Bailly again, another shot coming in. This time, though, he actually does find the finish. So 3-1 up with 25 minutes to play. And at this point, Leverkusen crumbled. We were all over them. Then Cancelo got in the act. You can see on this right-hand side, firing into the roof of the net to make it 4-1. And there was time for one more goal to make it 5. And pretty much do the tie over with already. Still got the second leg at our place to come, but we're not going to need it because Mbappe makes it 5. And we now have a 4-goal advantage heading back to Goodison Park. So I'm pretty sure the tie's already done here. It would be safe to say that at 5-1 up. If we crumble from this point and don't get through, then we're really going to have ourselves to blame, don't we? I don't know if I'm going to sim that game or not. We'll see what happens, and we'll see what the month looks like in March. But for now, guys, as I said, we are here for the Carabao Cup final, which is going to be the next game we show you. But just before we jump into that, we got Wolves in a sim, and we ended up drawing this a goal apiece. So wasn't the defeat away from home, so at least we got something from an away sim. Nevertheless, let's jump into that Carabao Cup final. Sit back, relax, and enjoy as we take on Chelsea for the first trophy of this season. And so here we are then, the Carabao Cup final. Wembley Stadium is set for these two teams to fight over the trophy. There it is on the left-hand side. Hazard walks his Chelsea side out as captain. And of course, for us, Tierney keeps the captaincy role, as our side looks like this. Lunin in goal, Cancelo, De Ligt, Sanchez, Tierney. Patrick comes back into midfield alongside Alexander-Arnold and Orsic. Leon Bailly, Koeman and Mbappe as the front 3. A strong bench as well if you want to use any of those players. So I'm fully expecting this to be us taking home the first trophy on offer this season on our road to the quadruple. But Chelsea, they are going to try and pose a threat. Kepa in goal for them. Calabria, Ep8, Gomez and Lindsay at the back. Zakaria, De Jong, Tielemans, Pulisic, Lautaro Martinez and Eden Hazard as their front 3. It's a decent Chelsea team. Again, a decent bench for them as well. And as we get the game off and running, I am expecting us to see a lot of the ball today as Leon Bailly goes forward in towards the Chelsea penalty area looking for the shot. It's bounced back for him as he lays it off towards Orsic. And inside 5 minutes, Everton take the lead. And it's Orsic with the goal. He's now 88 rated, our midfielder, and he's pretty decent if I do say so. Slightly fortunate, Leon Bailly's shot initially blocked, but then he just lays it back and Orsic gets the shot away. The number 6 from Chelsea there, trying to block it, he's all over the place. Kepa's not going to make the save, and I was just going to say how important an early goal could be here. We've got one, so I don't even have to talk about how important it could be. We're now going to get to see it as Pulisic gets Chelsea back off and running. I don't think they've touched the ball since we kicked off. And with that goal going in then, Chelsea with it all to do. And this is the problem because we could just steamroll the game entirely. As Leon Bailly again into a really good area. Again pulling it back this time again for Orsic. And a carbon copy of the first goal. As Chelsea are 2 down. It's the exact same pairing. And we've played 9 minutes. I mean, what can you say? I spoke about this being the super team, and in the Carabao Cup final, they are dispatching of this Chelsea side with ease. There you go, Orsic. Tell you what, for a player that, you know, I did have big things for Orsic, but I wasn't quite sure about this season. I think he's vital to this midfield. I didn't actually think I was going to say that at the beginning of this year, but now with his 88 rating, I think without Orsic, I know we've got some incredible midfielders at the club. Him and Patrick, they're vital to us. Alexander-Arnold flicking that through to Leon Bailly, and he gets it out towards Cancelo. Cancelo gets the shot away. Kepa will save it. Koeman's there with the rebound. It's going to be 3-0. You've got to be joking. Chelsea are falling apart here. I can't believe what I am seeing. I really, really cannot. This is abysmal from Chelsea. And if you're their fan, I feel so bad for them. They're horrible. The start to this game that they have made, that's a little bit unfortunate there with the goalkeeper. Makes the save, Kepa, but he just can't keep it out in time. And Koeman scores, and he had heaped of praise onto him from Maurizio Sarri before we kicked off. I mean, like I said, I can't actually believe this start from Chelsea. Outside of a few, touches when they've kicked the ball back off, They've done nothing. This is a Carabao Cup final, and this is what they're doing for their fans. It's abysmal. And Mbappe sends it through to Leon Bailey. It's surely not going to be 4. What a save from Kepa. It could have been 4. This is outrageous. Chelsea, we've had 6 shots in 15 minutes here. As Bailey puts the corner in. De Ligt's going to get up. It's 4-0 Everton. And inside 15 minutes... I mean, what do I even say? I'm going to show you the sliders just to throw that out there. And we are still on ultimate difficulty. As always, I have no idea what is going on. I mean, Chelsea, hang your heads in shame. This is appalling. And your fans must really be horrified at what they're seeing here. 4-0 Everton. And we're not even the first half over yet. We're basically not even into the first half. Is this quite possibly going to be one of the easiest finals I've ever played? Because it's certainly looking like that. You might remember a while ago, was it against Barcelona in a Champions League final? We smacked Barca. Well, this could get even worse for Chelsea. And Kepa, he's conceded 4 already. The game has calmed down slightly since the start we've had, but Patrick's ball through to Mbappe now. Looking for another one. Mbappe across. It's Orsic. It's a hat-trick in a Carabao Cup final for Orsic. It's 5-0 Everton. No words. Absolutely no words. What a ball through from Patrick to Mbappe. Mbappe gets on it, lays it across. Orsic on hand. Is that the quickest hat-trick in a final ever? Quite possibly could be. Didn't expect to see before we kicked off him scoring a hat-trick, but that's exactly what's happened. Yeah, it's been a bit more quiet since the fast start that we made. 4 inside 15 minutes. It took us another 15 to find another one. Chelsea, man. For a side that currently are, I guess, in a title race, even though they might be quite far behind us. They're in the top 4. This is abysmal as Cancelo carries forward. Surely not looking for another one here. I think he's going to be tackled by Gomez. And Thierry forced to play it back. The press is relentless from us as well. This is an unbelievable performance we're putting on. And if you're an Everton fan, it must make you very excited for what the future holds, especially with the Champions League still to come, the FA Cup and everything. So, excitement is an understatement as Cancelo up from fullback. Is this number 6? Cancelo across the face of goal. I mean, Orsic, you scored 3, mate. That should have been 4. That should have been 4. How has he missed that? I mean, he's close, but how has he missed it? Orsic and Tierney combine. Tierney's cross. Mbappe unmarked. It's 6-0. And that is the nail on the coffin. Well, I'm calling it that. We're not even at half-time yet. I think as well, if we weren't nearing the end of FIFA, from what you're seeing here, either it would be time to start a new series, or I would have to play around with sliders, because we've built a side that's just way too good. And of course, we're so far into FIFA now that I've had the hang of ultimate difficulty for quite some time. So much so that when FIFA 20 does in fact drop, I'm not going to be putting it on Legendary or anything like that. We're going straight on the hardest difficulty, which I believe is still Ultimate. So it could well be that while it takes me time to adjust to the new sort of, I guess, gameplay when that game does drop, we could get slapped a couple of times in the next series. But this is outrageous, man. Like, I came into this game expecting this to be quite a tough game. Literally minutes ago, played against Spurs in the FA Cup. It was 2-1. They gave me a good game. You go from that to a Carabao Cup final, and Chelsea, I don't know what to say about them. Here is Zakaria, ball over the top for the chase from Pulisic, and he's going to get there as you've got 4 minutes added time on. Sanchez's clearance isn't good enough, and Zakaria registers the first shot on target for Chelsea as Lunin will make the save. We've got 3 minutes until the half-time whistle. I'm sure Chelsea will be waiting for it gladly. That's a good effort from Zakaria, but it's pushed over by Lunin. And now a corner to defend. The first time we've really seen Chelsea do anything in the game. There's the ball in. Orsic heads it away. It's going to be a Chelsea throw, and we're still not done there. There's still time in this first half for Chelsea to pull a goal back, which I can't really see it making too much of a difference, if I'm being honest with you. Koeman doesn't really get the ball in control. Zakaria again's going to get the shot. And again, it's put behind. A little bit of pressure on us here from Chelsea. And finally, we're seeing something. Tielemans, ball in towards the box. Orsic tries to win it, and there's going to be a goal back. And it's going to be Gomez who gets it. Everton 6, Chelsea 1. He doesn't even celebrate because he knows. I mean, there is a little bit of a celebration in the end, but it looked like he was just going to stop. I mean, can you even celebrate when you're 6-1 down in a Carabao Cup final? I don't think you get away with it. Your fans are probably thinking, yeah, great, we've scored, and what? Good header, though, from Gomez, to be fair. And there goes the half-time whistle, then. 6-1 at half-time. I think if you gave anybody in the world a chance to guess, I'm pretty sure they would not have got a 6-1 scoreline at the break. So, lots to do for Chelsea in the second half. I mean, for us now, we could take our foot off the gas a little bit and just kind of slow things down, keep possession, not allow them too much in the game, and we will be champions of the Carabao Cup. Fully expected to win this cup competition, though, coming into the season. So, it's not really surprising. And if you look at the actual match facts, 10 shots for us, 4 for Chelsea, 8 on target, 3 for Chelsea on target. So, I mean, you're looking at that. We've scored 6 of our 8. They've scored 1 of their 3. So, yeah, one of the more dominating first halves we've played in this entire series. Here's Zakaria. Now Martinez. Let's throw Martinez to Jorginho. Jorginho across, and Hazard smashes it in. 6-2. There is still time in the game as well, to be fair. I mean, we scored, what, 4 inside 15 minutes? So it's not unheard of. Chelsea could still do this. And that would go down as one of the biggest bottle jobs in history if we lose this final from this position. But Chelsea strike first in the second half. And that's now 2 without reply for Chelsea. Hazard fires home after a really nice move. Is this final over and done with yet? Because Chelsea want to say no. I think if we get another goal, though, that will be it pretty much. Like, yeah, 2 without reply now for Chelsea. We're going to have to try and find a chance ourselves, because we've not really had one. Towards Mbappe. Mbappe waits and finds the ball through. Leon Bailly gets inside the area. It's bouncing all over the place, and that's quite fortunate. Dybala will poke it home for number 7 to Everton. The 2 without reply has now been answered. You can see this here from Leon Bailly as he takes that touch. Lovely little touch it was as well. Managed to squeeze it through. It took a deflection, and there was Dybala with a little touch on the left foot as Kepa tried to come and collect it. And Dybala gets a goal straight as he comes on. We just made a triple change. Lo Celso, Dybala, and Vinicius Jr. all coming on. That makes it 7. The final, I think, was already done, but now Chelsea, any sort of fight back they were thinking of, they're going to need another one. And to be fair, this second half, they have actually been the better side. So, yeah, first half performance. I did say we could take the foot off the gas a little bit. I didn't mean to be the worst side of the two, because Chelsea have been the better team this second half. Mbappe can't quite control that. He has put off some decent saves for Chelsea. Oh, that's a great ball through, actually, as Pulisic will now try and attack. Dybala back, doing some defensive work. Not really the best defensive work in the world, and what a save from Lunin. Great effort, Lautaro Martinez, and Lunin picks it out the sky and sends it out for a Chelsea corner. Full volley from Martinez as well. Big right hand. What a save. Hazard to take the corner as Callum Hudson-Odoi is now on for Chelsea. Lunin will meet it. He's got something on that, and Tierney should get there first and does. Now then, breakaway maybe as Dybala takes it past 1. Mbappe making the move. Here is Kylian Mbappe. Is he going to find this 8th goal for us? Mbappe in the box. Kepa saves it. Oh, it's awful. It's awful for Chelsea. But it is 8-2. And a scoreline that I remember as a kid. Manchester United, Arsenal. Obviously, being an Arsenal fan, I'd hate to be you. I'd hate to be a Chelsea fan right now. 8-2. 8-2. Yeah, you guys know the joke. But I'd hate to be a Chelsea fan, as they have been torn apart here at Wembley. This has been one of the most one-sided finals that I think I've played in any FIFA series. I don't think it tops the Barca one, but yeah, incredible. Jorginho, Hudson-Odoi, trying to put a cross in maybe. Hudson-Odoi skips through. Patrick going to bring him down. Penalty kick given. It's right on the edge of the area, though. I'm not sure if it is a penalty, as Patrick's going to be booked for it as well. Chelsea with an opportunity from the spot to make it 8-3. 11 goals in a final. I mean, that's on the edge, right? Penalty ref? Let me check this. I mean, first point of contact. His foot is in the box, though, to be fair. So, yeah, fair enough. Penalty kick it is. And it's going to be Eden Hazard up against Lunin. Can he find the finish, or will Lunin make the save? Hazard versus Lunin, and Lunin saves it. It's been that sort of day for Chelsea, and their captain misses from the spot. Add more insult to injury, isn't it? Oh, what a save by Lunin. I mean, he's conceded 2, but that's a highlight reel save if I've seen one. And I'm going to be honest with you guys right now. I don't know who stops us. We look so dominant. You know, I was quite in a fortunate position where I haven't built a super team at any of the other two clubs I've been at, of course, the Graafschap and Villarreal. Although I made them good in their respective leagues, I haven't built super teams. As Tierney might make another one. Oh, what an effort. It's over the bar, though. Villarreal's team was very good that I left. But right now, they're not even in the Champions League. They're in the Europa League, Villarreal. So we won't have to face versus them at any point in our Champions League run. The FA Cup, we've already knocked out the likes of Spurs. So I'm feeling all but confident in that as well. Realistically, I do not see anybody in the world of football that stops this Everton side from completing the quadruple this season. We are just so dominant, so good. We've got players in every single role who are arguably the best in the world, and even then, in our squad depth, we are also unbelievable too. So, yeah, I think it's safe to say if we don't complete this quadruple, as Vinicius Jr. hits the crossbar, this will be pretty much one of my biggest bottle jobs I've ever had in a series, because I went all out with this team, and it's showing here in this final. Last minute of play now as Chelsea look for one more opportunity. Calabria's ball into the box. De Ligt heads it away, and that's surely going to be it, referee. And Mbappe takes the touch, trying to squeeze it through, but it will not matter. Everton 8, Chelsea 2, in a Carabao Cup final that will go down in history as one of the most one-sided affairs to possibly grace the competition. Chelsea, you have an apology to say to your fans, but for Everton, first of 4 is complete. Display in a final that really, I don't think many people would have expected that scoreline. Look at those match facts as well. Doubling Chelsea's shots, +1. Doubling their shots on target. We had 2% more possession, but we did so much more with the ball. Orsic with a 10 match rating as well. So a lot to be happy about there. But of course, for us, it doesn't end here. We still have 3 more trophies to secure. Premier League, Champions League, and FA Cup as we look for them all. And I'm going to advance through here as well as we end off today's episode and kind of go through the month of March that's coming up, because I'm not sure what's going to happen in that. As you can see there, Chelsea beaten in the final. Poor. They were poor by any means. Like, I don't even know really what happened to them. But yeah, it really is difficult to watch that when you consider they're second in the Premier League as well. You know, again, ultimate difficulty, no sliders as you saw. It just wasn't their day. But then again, we were ruthless. So that is going to be the end for today, guys. We're going to move into the month of March here, where we face Huddersfield, which I can't imagine we'll be playing if we are at home. Probably going to be simming that. We've got a return game against Bayer Leverkusen, but we are currently 4... Ooh, okay. We're currently 4-1 up in the return game against Leverkusen, so we'll see what that one brings. We've got Manchester City in an FA Cup quarter-final. We've got Liverpool away coming up in a Merseyside derby, and Manchester City at home in the month of March. So that could be quite tough. But after today's episode, is it going to be that tough? Because looking at the way we played against Chelsea, I'm not so sure it will be that tough. Emirates FA Cup, who else is in the competition still? So Liverpool, Chelsea, I mean, look at that, right? So let's work this out. Quarter-final time right here. Portsmouth-Watford, semi-final. One of those two teams will be there. Us versus Manchester City. If we knock out Manchester City, we're in the semi-final. Liverpool-Chelsea are playing against each other. So, you know, one of them won't be advancing through to the semi-finals. And Fulham-Newcastle, one of those won't be. So you're going to have, potentially, I'm going to try and predict this, Watford in the semi-finals against, I think, us. Obviously, I've got to be confident. I think Liverpool will beat Chelsea and go through to a semi-final. I think Newcastle, although I want to say Fulham. I'm not sure about that one. Could go either way. We'll say, for the purpose of this, we'll say Fulham. So realistically, us and Liverpool are the two, you know, kind of, if we do make it through in my predictions, the ones to watch. And if we don't draw each other in the semi-finals, then I think we'll be both in the finals. So, yeah, if we do beat City, there's absolutely no reason why we won't go on to win the FA Cup as well. The Champions League, you guys saw it. We still have to play that second leg. In the Premier League, I mean, 15 points right now with 11 games to go. So, yeah, where do you even start with that? I mean, we're pretty much already there. Nevertheless, guys, a massive thank you for watching this episode. If you did enjoy it, a like would be greatly appreciated. We are getting so close to the dropping of FIFA 20. 10 days away now. And like I said, when we do eventually start that, in a few days, I will have a poll out, or maybe when I finish this series, to decide our first career mode team. And of course, we'll start on the ultimate difficulty straight in the new game. So it could be quite interesting to see how we get on in that one. But today's episode was pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. Very, very happy with the performance. Let's continue it. Let's just go forward from here, keep momentum going, and make sure we try and get that quadruple. Until next time, have a great evening, have a great day, and I'll see you all again soon. Adios.